Literally nothing holding me back from being honest with you. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube. I am very excited for today's video, and that is because I am here to bring you the much needed update on the fully automatic KitchenAid espresso machine. I did a video a while back unboxing this machine, and obviously I was so excited to use it, but I'd never used it. I only made one drink out of it in that video, so I didn't really get a chance to test it and figure out the things I liked about it and the things I didn't like about it. So today I'm here to bring you a 6-month update with this machine. Cannot wait to show you this video because I'm going to go through a little overview of the machine, the cleaning mechanisms in the machine, and then from there I'm also going to give you all the pros and cons to this machine. I've had it for 6 months. I've gotten to make several different drinks. I've found what I like and what I don't like about the machine. So I'm very excited to bring you a little 6-month update review. I know I kind of showed you in my last video regarding the KitchenAid machine, but I'm gonna just do a quick little overview of each of the little areas and give you a close-up on each one. Before we get started here, I will let you know that this is the KitchenAid K7 fully automatic espresso machine. So this machine is going to do everything for you. There is nothing that you really have to do. It's going to grind your beans, tamp it, brew. It also can froth milk. It does everything for you, hence the fully automatic. And if you wanna know what color this is the juniper color. So without further ado, let's get into it. So now that I gave you a quick little rundown of the different compartments of the machine, I want to go into the cleaning features of this machine because it will be brought up later on in the pros and cons list. So I just want to give you a little look into the cleaning so you get a grasp for what I'm talking about later on in this video. First cleaning of this machine is going to happen every time you turn the machine on and turn the machine off. I always like to put a cup under the area where the water comes out at, just so it's not filling up my drip tray more than it needs to. That was the first cleaning cycle that happens for this machine as soon as you turn it on. And that is something that's going to happen daily when you own this machine. Whenever you turn the machine on or when you turn it off, it is going to rinse this main hub where the espresso comes out of. There are multiple areas where espresso and milk come out under here. So same thing goes if you were making a drink with milk in it as well. You're going to have to rinse this hose, and then it's going to rinse into the hub where the milk comes out here as well. Another thing you might have to do daily, and this depends on how many drinks you're making a day, or how often you're making them, you will have to empty your drip tray down here. And that's pretty simple. You're just gonna pull out on here. And then there is an area in here where there's going to be liquids, and then there's gonna be a little puck tray in here as well that you'll empty. And that could, again, be a daily thing for you depending on how many espresso drinks you're making in your house. So aside from those, because those are more of your daily cleaning tasks you have to go through, there are going to be some more espresso machine maintenance type things you're gonna have to do every once in a while to keep up with the machine. And some of those include your water filter, descaling the machine, and then cleaning out your coffee grinder area. If you're currently due to clean your machine in any way, it is gonna alert you up here in this top left corner. And if I go ahead and click on that, it's gonna show me that I need to change my water filter and I need to descale my machine. And those just recently popped up, so I need to get the stuff to be able to do that with. We go up here, again, right by that top left corner, there's gonna be another cleaning option. You can click on that, and it's gonna give you all your different cleaning options right here. And at the very end, there's actually a tab that's called Cleaning Progress. You can click on that, and it is gonna tell you how close you are to actually needing to clean that certain part of your machine. So if we click over, I just cleaned the brew unit out yesterday, so we don't need to do that. Deep milk cleaning is going to be needed done somewhat soon. And then it's telling me I need to change my filter. But those are the 4 categories of more deep cleaning of your machine. And again, I'm showing this to you more so because it's going to be a part of my pros and cons list in the end. So I just wanted to give you a little look into what that looks like. Now that I have shown you the overview of the machine and the different cleaning mechanisms within this, I am going to go over my pros and cons for this machine, and some of these are more opinionated than others, so keep that in mind. I will say that the price for this machine, regular retail price, is about $1,700. I think it is on sale right now with KitchenAid, Crate & Barrel, Williams & Sonoma. I think all of them have it on sale for like $1,500. So it's $200 off right now. I am not sponsored by KitchenAid by any means. So there is literally nothing holding me back from being honest with you about how I feel about this machine. So just keep that in mind. But moving right into it, I am gonna start with the pros first. We need to keep a positive here before moving into the cons. One of the pros with this machine clearly is that it's fully automatic. There is nothing that you necessarily physically have to do other than fill up and empty the machine. So this is going to be probably the closest thing you can get to a coffee shop without actually physically having to make the espresso, if that makes sense. You're literally gonna put the beans in the top. If you want a milk-based drink as well, you're gonna fill up the milk canister. You're literally gonna come up here to your screen and you're gonna select what you want. And this machine is going to do literally everything for you. So that's a big pro to this, is you don't have to worry about getting the tamping right or the amount of beans right or any of that to get a good espresso shot, which leads me into the next pro. The espresso that comes out of this machine, I would say, is pretty good. When we're talking espresso, you want a good amount of crema on the top of it. And if you don't know what crema is, it's kind of like that foamy layer on top of the dark layer. It makes it creamy and smooth and delicious. So that is a pro to this machine. I feel like it does put out a good amount of crema for a fully automatic machine. The next pro that I'm going to move into, which I would say a lot of people could agree on this, would be the amount of customization you can do with this machine. It's kind of insane, but you can literally, which I'll show you a close-up, you can literally click on a drink, go in, customize the body of the espresso, the temperature of the espresso, the temperature of the milk, how strong you want it. If you want to do 2 shots versus 1 shot, if you want to do less milk and more espresso or vice versa, you can go in and customize that all the way down to the ounce of milk or espresso in your machine, which is very cool. Another thing that comes along with the customization of the machine is that you can create profiles for yourself. So I have a profile, my husband has a profile, and I can literally just click on the little profile button, and both our names pop up, which is really cool. So I can go into my name and I have a couple of drinks put in there. I have a cafe latte and a specific way I like my espresso made. So all I have to do is go into my profile. If I already customized my drink, click whichever one I want and then click start. Now I will say another pro to this machine is how thoroughly it does clean. I am very big on, if you're gonna have equipment, you want it to last, and a big part of that is properly cleaning your machine. Now, this one is going to fall kind of under the con list as well, but I'm going to put it also under the pro because I like a machine that's gonna guide you through the whole process. I will say this machine is very, very user-friendly. It's gonna tell you what it wants or what it needs, and you're gonna do it. So, like I showed you earlier, the warning signs on the cleaning, it's gonna tell you when to replace your filter, when to clean the brew unit, when to empty your trays. It's gonna tell you all the things you need to do to upkeep this machine, which I really like. And so long that you're following along with that, it should help with the longevity of your machine. The next part, because I know you're all like, well, what about the drinks? Okay, the espresso's good. The milk frother, there are certain drink choices, the amount that the milk froths is actually pretty good. Now, I'm going to get to this under the con list. I feel like it's a double-sided, what's the word? I feel like it's a double-sided sword with this machine on certain things that I'm like, this is a pro, but also, it could fall under a con. But the way that the milk froths, it's very foamy and frothy, to put it that way. So I think it does do a good job at that. You have to select the correct drink choice to get it though. I have found that under the cafe latte, it's not as frothy as like if you're choosing the macchiato or the cappuccino. Another pro of this machine is that if you're using a specific type of bean and you decide you want to try something different for the day or the time being, you can purchase another bean hopper, which I think is cool because you can literally pop this one out in here and just put a new one in with like all new beans if you just want to switch the beans out. So I think that's a cool feature. Some people might not care about that or just drink the same espresso every day, but I thought it was a good option. It gives you just another thing to customize and play around with this machine, is that you can interchange hops and put different beans in here each day if you wanted to. Lastly, on the pros list, overall, this machine makes going out and getting coffee, for me personally, less appealing. Because I have found what I like in this machine. I have been making my own syrups at home. I've been making my own coffee at home. So going out and getting coffee, I will say that I have been a little more disappointed or picky with the coffee that I get out at coffee shops, and therefore that's a pro. That means my machine is doing what I wanted it to do. Now we're gonna move into the cons. I had a decent amount of pros for this machine, and the cons, in my opinion, are just me as a consumer, what I would make better about the machine. It's not necessarily like a deterrent from overall what we're getting out of this. I just think these things need to be brought up, especially if you're considering buying this machine. If I'm going to say what my biggest con for this machine is, or my biggest frustration with it, this is where I said this is a double-sided sword, because it's the cleaning. The cleaning wants you to clean it all the time, which is fine. We're keeping it clean. It's going to turn on and it's going to clean the spout. And then when you shut it off, it's gonna clean the spout. Well, that takes water, okay? Your water tank is only so big in this machine. So as you can probably guess, the amount of water that this machine runs through cleaning it, and not only from here, but also if you're using milk, the amount going in the tube, it's taking a lot of water. So that's kind of a con for me. I wish there was a bigger water tank on this, considering how much water it uses to flush out the system. With that being said as well, the tray in the bottom. I feel like either my husband or myself were always emptying this constantly. it's between the espresso pucks and just the water in the bottom. I just think this could have been made bigger and the water tank could have been made bigger to get away from having to empty it so much. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I feel like this triggers before it even needs to be emptied, and I'm not sure what's going on with it in that manner, but I'll go to empty it and I feel like there's not that much liquid in the bottom and there's only like 3 espresso pucks in the tray. So I'm not sure if it's this sitting on top of it, if it's a weight mechanism or something in it, but sometimes it does trigger a little sooner than I would like, and we're just constantly emptying this. Okay, moving into the drink with the con. We're gonna go back to the milk because I talked about the frothiness of the milk. I like it as in, it's very foamy, but if you are looking for the kind of milk that you get in a latte at a coffee shop with the stem frother coming off the side of the machine, it does not get the milk to that texture. It's more foamy than like smooth and creamy, to put it that way. So that's kind of a con with that. Another thing that I have an issue with when it comes to the milk in this machine is the temperature. It does let you customize a lot. It lets you put low, medium, or high temperature. But here's the deal. When I go to a coffee shop and I get a hot coffee, it's usually very hot. You almost have to let it sit for a minute. And I personally like that. Again, this could be a con that's more geared towards my opinion. I personally like to let it sit for a minute and then have it when it's like a little over warm. It's like a toasty warm. And with this machine, I have it set on high for the temperature, and I still feel like it's only putting the heat out at like a very warm level. Like the milk that comes out of the machine are still only like warm. So pretty much right after I make it, I want to drink it. I want hot coffee coming out of the machine, and I feel like it can't do that with the milk. With all that being said, I really do like this machine. I do recommend it if it's something you're looking for, if it's within your budget, but definitely do your research. But after using it for 6 months, those are what I like and don't like about the machine. I'm gonna make a couple drinks on here and show you what those look like, give you a little close up of them because I'm sure you guys wanna see what the different drinks look like. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you have this machine or you're interested in getting it, you should let me know down in the comments. If you have any questions about it, I would be more than happy to try to answer them for you. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give me a thumbs up down below, and of course subscribe to my channel to see future videos. And I will see you next time.